Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be located on this illuminating planet called Earth, I hope you are having an illustrious day, evening, or night, wherever you happen to be located. Today, or right now, I'm going to be talking about clipping. We all know about viewport clipping. For instance, I hit my end. I have my panel open where it say view at. My focal length is 50 millimeters. My clip start is 1/100th of a meter, and that means I can basically get right close to my object. I can get face close to it, and my end is 100. I'm at 1,000 meters. So if I click on my object, I can go back. GY to 100 meters, then my object should disappear. It should disappear. Like now, it disappeared. That's what the end clipping means. But my lesson is not about clipping in a viewport, because there are many lessons about that. My lesson is about the camera clipping. Today, a few moments ago, as you can see, I'm working on a space scene that I'm going to animate today sometimes. But when I went through my camera, like this for instance, when I clicked on one of my, when I clicked on one of my little asteroids here, my little rocks, for instance, I click on that blue one. When I went back a certain distance, I'm going to go on a while. When I went back, it vanished. But I was working on it, so it stopped vanishing. Let me click back on my camera. Let me click on my camera, because I increased it. Normally, in Blender, I believe, the clip start for your camera is 1/10 of a meter, which is, you can get close to it. And the end is 100 meters, which is not far at all. And we just now saw, I'll put it back to 100. Let me see what happened. I'll put it back to 100. Put it back to 200. We just now have seen many of my objects have disappeared. But I'm going to give a clear-cut example. I'm going to click on my blue rock right here. I'm going to go back on my Y and watch what happened. It vanished. It's gone. Because that means, let me go to my top view. My top view. I'm going to go to my camera. Click on my camera. Hit the period so I can zoom in. Hopefully I can zoom in close to it with no hassles. Let me bring it out some so I can see my scene. So we see right now, I'm zoomed out, and we don't see nothing. We don't see none of my other objects yet. Let me get closer to. Let me hit clear and get closer to that camera. I'm gonna move it around so I can get from the. I'm gonna try to get to the camera's point of view. Let me see. The camera's point. Okay, there. My scene is right there. So, but just for being on that top view, and you saw absolutely nothing, that means my objects were well past the camera max, which is 100 meters. Let me go back to my top view again. I'm going to show something else. Top view. Let me zoom it out. Now on my camera, I have something called limits. If I click on that, it's giving you a limit of how far your camera can see. And you see right there is only 100. If I increase it to 200, let me see. All right, well, let me see. It's 100. Oh, where that little marker at, where my mouse at, that's the 100. Even though the line is long, the 100 is where that little cross at, that intersecting line where my mouse at. I'm gonna increase it to 200. Let's see what happened. And it still hasn't moved any. Oh, well, I know what that little. This is the way your camera sees, is what your camera gonna see, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. But anyway, I'm gonna put it back to 100. To 100. I'll leave it on 10, and you see how long that line is. It's very short. I'm gonna go to 100. That's where it stop at. So anything past that 100, like those rocks right there. Let me zoom into those rocks a little bit. Those rocks right there, those, or meteors, whatever you want to call them, it's the space debris. If all three of them, my cyan colored one, my blue one, and my brown one, click back on the camera, they all are within that threshold of the camera. If I come back some, grab my wire, bring the brown one back some, I'm outside the range of the camera. Now you remember, the brown one should be outside the range. I'm going to hit my 0 key again. And now we don't see the brown one again. So what you have to do, when your objects disappear from that camera view, you have to increase your camera clipping. Now they all back. And here's the important thing. While the viewport clipping, that's important. Yes, the viewport clipping is important, but is that just for me or you, the artist? The viewport clipping is just for you. In my mind, the camera clipping is far more important. And here's why. Because when it renders, you want your object to be seen. When you rendering it, your creation is no longer just for your eyes, it's for the world to see. So the camera clipping, in my mind, is far greater than the viewport clipping. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this helped you when you are creating your animations in Blender. Remember that camera clipping corresponds to the viewport clipping. If you cannot see your object when you watch through the camera view, you have to go and increase your camera clipping. Have a good day. Keep learning. Keep striving. Never give up on Blender, because the Blender community will never give up on us. Peace.